So, today we are going to teach you how to do the Coleman slide.
Yeah!
Alright, so what a Coleman is it's like a toe side pendulum, but just heel side. So if you don't know what you need to slide, refer to part 1, where you learn the toe side pendulum. Alright, so foot positioning when doing the Coleman slide. Just want to put your feet on the board. Pretty easy. Easiest part of the trick. But what you're going to want to do is, I'm goofy, so my right foot's forward. And what we found works best is if you angle your front foot a little bit, just so it's easier to do the Coleman slide. Alright, so weight distribution. What you're going to want is you're going to want most of the weight on your front foot when you're standing. But as you go into the crouch, which we'll talk about later, your weight changes to have basically all the weight on your front leg. Your back leg is just there to kind of support you, I guess, keep your balance. So there's almost no weight over here. It's all just right here. Alright, so when you go into the crouch to do the Coleman slide, what you're going to do is with your front foot cocked, you're going to come down and cock in your back knee so that it's really close to the ground if you can help it, just so it's really cocked in there. And that'll help bring your weight forward so that when you go into this slide, you're not having to worry about your weight. It'll just automatically be all over here.
Yay!
Alright, so hand positioning. So when you're in your crouch, what you're going to do is when you're nice and comfortable, you're going to put your front hand, which is my right hand because I'm goofy, back behind you. Not like at the middle of the board, like not right there or back there, because that's like really weird. You'd be doing like some, actually be kind of cool, but that's not how you do a Coleman. So what you're gonna want to do is, it's best if you put it near, like basically parallel or just directly over from where your foot is, just right there. And what your other hand's gonna do is, if you just keep it down here, that's gonna look lame and you're not gonna be able to do much. You're just gonna sit here riding with your hand on the ground. What you're doing with this hand is you're gonna wanna stick it in the air, cocked, straight up, whatever. And what that is gonna help you do is that's gonna help you rotate your shoulders. And that's what basically initiates the slide, is your shoulders. Because if you're just gonna go down and try to do the Coleman, stick your hand down and your shoulders are like this the entire time, you'd have to use your legs to stick it out, and that doesn't really work very well because you can't control it very easily. So what works best? Oh, cramp. So what works best is if when you come down, you really kind of throw your shoulders over. So that will hopefully make your legs stick down, and that will cause you to go into a pendulum. Because if you really commit your shoulders a whole lot, that will make the board come out. It'll follow where your shoulders go. So come out, and then when you want to come back in after you've done the pendulum, you just rotate your shoulders back, and that should basically pop you back up on your board. Alright, so progressions. So, first progression for the Coleman slide, what you're going to be doing, most likely, is just be doing a hard carve with your front hand on the ground. The second progression is going to be a hard carve with your hands on the ground, and your wheels are going to want to skid out or jolt out just a little bit, but you're not actually going to slide.
Gasp.
Gasp. Third progression is you're going to be doing, when you put your hand on the ground, you're going to commit your shoulders probably a little bit, and that's going to bring your board out to about 90 degrees. But then what's going to happen is you're probably going to like stop or like fall off or something. That's what happened to me. So yeah. Alright, so fourth progression, what's going to happen most likely is you're going to come down, you're going to put your hand on the ground, really commit your shoulders with your hand in the air, and that's going to bring your board out to about 180 degrees. And then hopefully, once you get that done, you'll be able to just, get it to 180 degrees and then stand up. Okay, so fifth and final progression. So you're gonna take your front hand, stick it on the ground and commit your shoulders, and that'll bring your board out past 90 degrees. And then when you bring your shoulders back, that'll bring the board back so that you'll be able to pop up, stand back on your board, and just keep on riding. And that will be the full Coleman pendulum.